Scrappers, it's Vanessa with a new process video, and here I'm just showing you what I pulled for this layout. The first couple things here are from my Secret Not Secret kit, and then the rest of the items are just things from my stash. On that Dear Lizzie paper that had all the flowers, I had shown you the scissors. I cut it out of the video so you won't actually see me do it, but I actually cut out all of the flowers on that piece of pattern paper. As I plan to use those as a big element on this page. So I'm just kind of going through and showing you, here's what I think I'm going to use. I've just kind of pulled a lot of old stash. And then the first thing that I'm going to do is mat my photo first on this Maggie Holmes Carousel 6x8 paper. And I really love that some companies are doing this now. I really love these 6x8 size paper pads. I really like that size. They're great for being able to mat photos that are maybe even a little bit bigger than a 4x6. So I hope they keep doing that. So I go ahead and get that one all trimmed up, and then I want to use that piece of 6x6 polka dot paper, and I only have a scrap of it left from my kit, so I added with it this cloud turquoise green paper from my stash. It's from a paper pad, so it's not a super thick piece of paper, and you really, when it's on the layout, you really don't know that those are clouds. I really just want it for the color and for just a little extra something to put behind my photo. And so I'm going to put those two kind of overlapping each other behind the pink piece of paper and mount all of that for my photo sort of layers. And then behind those I have the doily that I plan to use that also came from my kit. And I also just stuck in there a project life card. I have so many project life cards, I decided that I really need to start using them, and I pulled one out to just add to the side. Part of my title is going to go on that, so I pulled that just to add that extra pop of that minty green or teal type color. And the background paper that I'm using is from the Kiss Kiss collection. It was also in my kit, and that is the background paper that this layout is going to go on. I also pulled that tag that says noted at the top. My journaling is actually going to go on that. I don't do it on camera, but I will put my journaling on that later. And it's going to go up there behind my photo. So I'm just determining where I want to lay that. And as you can see there, I'm laying them all out here now. All of the flowers from that Dear Lizzie piece of paper, I went ahead and fussy cut them. So you're going to see me lay out how I think I want the design of this page to go. And I had it in my head, I had a fairly good idea in my head that I wanted a diagonal type of layout for this, where I cascade the flowers from one corner to another with my photo being sort of there in the center, so it kind of draws your eye in to the photo. And so I'm just going to sort of lay everything out. I don't make you watch me glue them all down. I'm just going to lay them all out so you get an idea of what I'm thinking and how I'm thinking it's going to come together. And basically this photo is just a photo of myself, and for the most part this layout is really just going to be a layout and I guess in a way a letter to myself. It's not something that I expect my kids to ever probably read what my hidden journaling says, but it's really just a note to myself. I don't know if you guys do that for pictures of yourselves, if you scrap yourself and ever just write a note to yourself. But that's kind of where this layout was going. I kind of was using I don't really do one little word, but I kind of this year had picked a word, and it was brave. And so I was just using this layout, I guess, to kind of write a letter to myself. We had a lot of changes happened last year, and this year is still uncertain. And so I just felt like I wanted to remember that as something that happened in our lives years from now, and I just wanted to write a note to myself that, through all of it is, I need to remember to be brave. And so this is pretty much how I lay everything out. You see my title says work in progress because that's, what I'm telling myself, that I am a work in progress. So I thought the title was fitting. And so I'm laying out also some wood veneer flowers that I kind of spread throughout the layout as well. And I grabbed I think it's a Maggie Holmes camera from my stash. It's just a dimensional sticker, and I put that there right underneath my title. That cluster that I'm working on up in the right hand corner, I actually grabbed a Dear Lizzie puffy sticker from one of her old collections. I don't have it in front of me, but it's from one of her older collections, and it says the word today on it, but I don't really care about that. I just want something in that color up in that corner, so I'm going to use that. And here I am grabbing a piece of that washi tape from that Turn the Page collection, and I'm going to stick it down, and I'm thinking that I'm going to use this, that I'm going to put this piece of rose gold washi down, and my thought is that I'm going to cut out, all those little flowers. And I like that idea, and I was thinking I'm going to cut them out and I'm going to kind of spread them throughout the layout. And so I start doing it. I wasn't going to make you guys sit and watch, so you'll see that I showed like, hey, I'm going to do that. And there I'm showing you one, and I did do it. I did cut one or two out, but in the end, I didn't actually like it, and so I don't actually end up using that washi strip at all. I'll keep it and use it probably in a future project, but I decided that you couldn't really see them after I was going to tuck them in, and so I just said, no, I'm going to cut that out, and I'm just sticking down the wood veneer flowers because I do like the dimension that gives. So I'm just getting all those stuck down and sticking down my little potty person up in the corner. And then I did grab one of those bows from an old Maggie Holmes collection as well and put it up there in that right hand corner. From that washi tape booklet, that strip that I did pull that I ended up not using, there were little rose gold circles that were the insides of those flowers. I did actually grab a couple of those and put those throughout. I liked those. They kind of mimic an enamel dot, and kind of I sprinkled those throughout, and I thought that gave it a kind of a fun effect, almost like ink drops, but without putting the ink on it. It was kind of just a little extra detail. And then I'm going to pull in some enamel dots, and again I'm going to sprinkle those in throughout the layout wherever I kind of think that something's missing, or where I think I have a gap that I want to kind of stick one of the enamel dots in. Usually I do groups of 3. In this case I did not. I think the only place that I have sort of a grouping of 3 is up in that right hand corner. So I used both a pink and then like a minty green turquoisey color is the other color of enamel dot that I kind of just sprinkle through, and I really like that. It just adds, again, another texture, a little more dimension. Some of the flowers that I put down I actually did pop up, and so there's added dimension from both the little enamel dots and then the flowers that some are popped up, and so it gives nice movement to this page. And pretty much that is the layout. I'm just showing you here where I plan to put my journaling on there. So I just cut a piece of twine and put it up at the top so that it's easy to pull out should anybody ever want to read it. Again, I'm not expecting that to ever happen, but that is where, for myself, going back years from now, that's where I plan to put my journaling. And I'm just going to trim off, I'm going to trim off these flowers that were over the edge just to finish things up. And then I think I'm going to give it 1 or 2 more overs just to make sure it's not missing anything else, but I don't actually add anything. I will add my date later on that green Project Life strip, and that is it. So if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And these are the still shots, and I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye.